but I can always edit anything out. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on. Thanks for doing this because whatever you say today, it's gonna help somebody else out there that's going through what you went through. And
definitely, man. That's definitely what I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
because
So
yeah, I know you've been probably watching all kinds of videos to find help with what you're going through, and there's not a whole lot out there, but there is. I thank you for watching mine. I hope I helped you a little bit.
oh, you helped me a lot, man, because I know a couple people, who've been to the feds, where I'm from. You know what I mean? Definitely did 10 years, 15, 20. You know what I mean? Got some insight from them, but they really didn't have, I would say, more educational, like me sitting at home, kicking back in my bed, watching my TV, thinking, I said, let me look up something something about federal prison and what I'm going through and stuff like that. And, I found you, RDAP, and all these guys like this.
Yeah.
And it put my mind at ease, a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Definitely put my mind at ease, answer a lot of questions, you know what I mean? So, and I watched all the interviews, so, I felt like,
yeah.
it's only right, to me to share my experience and, well.
Hey, it helps me too, man, because I'm still on probation. I'm trying to get through all this, and by me helping you guys and people call me, man, it's like because I don't ask for money or nothing from anybody. I'm just trying to pay it back, man, pay it forward, and if I can get.
For sure. That's like when I call you, man. Every time you always answer. You know what I mean? Answer all my questions. You know what I mean? Out the blue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I call you out the blue. Hey, what's going on? Oh, okay. I love it, man. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much.
Yeah. So why don't we start with introducing yourself, man? I know you're from Florida. Want to say your name, a little bit about yourself?
I'm Otis. I'm from Orlando, Florida. Born and raised.
Born and raised in Florida.
Born and raised in Florida. Yes, sir.
Before Disney World.
Before Disney World. But yeah, born and raised Orlando, Florida. 3 kids. Orlando, Florida, baby, man. That's what I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So now I know you're. So I'm going to tell everybody out there we're pre-recording this about 3 weeks before Otis is going to get sentenced, guys. I'm not posting this till after sentencing. We'll have a follow-up video for that too, just so you guys know. But he wanted to make a recording so he could tell you guys out there what he's going through before he gets sentenced. You know what I mean? What's that? All right. Yeah, I'll edit it later. I'll merge the two together. So yeah, you were telling everybody you were introducing yourself and what kind of charges you're facing, and I guess you get sentenced in about 3 weeks. And I remember I was letting everybody know we're pre-recording this. I'm not gonna post it till after you get sentenced, but you want everybody to know what you're going through right now, the feelings, the anxiety, the stress, all that stuff you go through before sentencing, right? You know, and if you're not scared, then you're lying, man. Because everybody got to be scared. You know what I mean?
Facts, man. These are facts. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the platform you got here, man. Definitely
thank you. Yeah, thank you, man.
So basically, I'm Otis here. Born and raised in Orlando, Florida. You know what I mean? My whole life. So recently I've been charged with selling firearms to a convicted felon and trafficking firearms. This happened about 2019, actually.
So you've been dealing with this for a couple years, pre-trial, all that indictment stuff, yeah.
No, actually, I was under investigation.
Oh, that's even worse.
Since 2018, the end of 2018, I was under investigation. Beginning 2019.
That's even worse. Knowing they're watching you, man.
I had a friend that was watching me, but I didn't know what for. I wasn't breaking the law in my eyes. I didn't know what they wanted me for, but I had a feeling. I seen certain calls. You know what I mean? I know when the Fed's on your case, even though it's my first time ever being charged. Just being in the environment I grew in, I definitely was on my knew this was on my trail, but I didn't know what for. So I happened to be in the store buying a gun because I'm a concealed weapon holder at a security company.
Right. So everything's legal, right, up to this point.
Yeah, you know, I'm an NRA instructor, all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, November of last year, I'm in the store with my wife on a personal pistol. So, you know, the usual. Joe Biden just won. So whatever day that was.
Oh, 2nd of
TV on
November. Yeah, I think.
I remember I was watching the TV, and Joe Biden had just won. I was like, yeah. As soon as I said that, they rush in. You just behind your fucking back. Ooh, I'm like, it's a fucking prank. Like, what the hell's going on? Put me in the car. Did some more. We got him. It's been confirmed. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So my wife, she's looking all crazy. You know, like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're in a gun store. You're doing it legally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? I'm in a legal gun store. I don't get this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, they say you have a ATF warrant. My ATF warrant. So I'm like, okay. They booked me, take me to the county jail. I sat there for like 3 days. ATF, they came and got me, transported me to the federal courthouse here in Orlando. I had my hearing. Thank God for that hearing judge. I would say he was understanding at the moment.
Okay.
Because, you know, the prosecutors, they'll try to paint you as some type of monster, menace,
Oh yeah.
all this stuff, just so you won't get released. Because everyone I was inside the holding tank, yeah, man, you ain't going home, man, all the stuff like that. So mentally, I'm prepared not to go home. I'm like, okay, cool, they got me. I'm just ready to get this phone, call the wife, and let her know what's going on, stuff like that. I see the judge, read me out my indictment. So the prosecutor, they say, no, do everything at once. If you're going to get released, all that stuff, it happens at once. So asked me, my defense team was asking about release. Here come the prosecutor. He's a menace to society and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm a damn security guard. Right?
You know what I mean? Never been
jail.
So
you know he's saying, first conviction.
He's saying you're a threat to the society, a threat to your community, all that stuff.
Not to get me released. So the judge looked down, looked at the paper, like, yeah, I'm not buying that. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay.
Oh, really?
You guys, yeah. He's like, you guys been watching this guy for almost 2.5 years, and all of a sudden he's a menace to society when he wants to go home. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, I hope this is my citizen judge as well, but
yeah, if you were a menace to society, why'd they let you run around for the 2.5 years knowing that's what you are, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the judge like he's not buying it. Let them guys run around for 2.5 years, and all of a sudden he's a menace when he wants to go home. I'm not buying it. I'm definitely gonna release this fella here. Oh. You guys worked that out with pre-trial.
So they gave you they bonded you out. Did you have to put up money for the bond, or did you just sign? You just signed papers.
100,000. So that was 10%, 10 grand. Okay. So I did that. I was out there in like 3 hours. But nice. So after they said the Menace Society, and the judge like, I'm not buying it. Well, he has confident informants and all this stuff like that. The judge like, it is what it is. You figure it out with pre-trial. GPS, whatever you guys are gonna do, I'm gonna let this guy go. Cause no. Okay. I was blessed for that. You know what I mean? Got out, read my indictment, and automatically I knew exactly who these perpetrators was and people involved with, set me up.
Yeah, these confidential informants, you knew who they were, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly who they was. That's why they didn't want to let me out. Well, he has confident informants. I'm like, so they know I was gonna blow up this spot as soon as they would release me. So damn sure what happened.
You had a good judge, that bond hearing judge. I had a good bond hearing judge too. that was like that too, and let me out and all that. Yeah. That's not the same judge that's going to sentence you, though, is it? Usually they're different
No.
judges. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I got out. I blew up the spot, man. They're pretty mad about that. They tell from DA, they're pretty mad about that, man. I'll let you know. They're expecting me to make a bunch of phone calls. Nah. I went around
Yeah,
that couple people know.
they thought you might go after those guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm not. I'm not that damn stupid. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna go after that guy who's working with the police. Like,
Yeah.
some people do, but hey, I'm not crazy. You know
some people do, but they're going to get theirs, and
yeah.
they're still going to do time, and where they're going, they got to probably show paperwork. They'll get theirs, man. They'll get theirs.
And thing about it, that guy, he got sentenced already, so he had 25 minimum mandatory. But then, since he proffered and got about 14 of us arrested, they sentenced him to like 60 months, 5 years, I think.
Yeah, it's done all the time. These guys, they're looking at 20, 30 years, and they make these deals, and
this guy, he got caught with kilos of cocaine. You know what I mean? So he just snitched, profit. Another thing, guys, keep your paperwork clean. No profits.
Right.
No snitching, man. You gotta accept what you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're good to go. You know what I mean? Accept what you did mentally. It's gonna take a while for it to ring in. Thank God I found you, Sean, and a couple other guys. You know what I mean? To help me understand this process.
Yeah. So you've been on pretrial now, and how's pretrial treating you? Do they come around and check on you? Do they drug test you? They make you go to therapy? What kind of stuff they got you doing?
COVID, I would say. Thank God for COVID.
Oh yeah.
So since COVID's here, no pop-ups or nothing like that. If they do pop up, they'll put on the side of the street. I'll come outside and wave, and they'll just go like this and go about their business. But I am on I had to get a what do you call it? A landline phone.
Oh, landline phone. Because you got an ankle bracelet?
No ankle bracelet. Just
no ankle
curfew.
bracelet. Oh, curfew. Yeah, so that's if you home confinement asks for a landline too. That's where they call you. They don't use cell phones. It's got to be a landline. Yeah, and some people don't have landlines. They're hard to get sometimes. That's old school stuff.
So I get a landline phone and do curfew. I'm like, I'm in the house at 8:00 anyway.
Yeah.
So it make me no damn difference. But only thing about it, they'll call you any time of the fucking night. Maybe 3 a.m, 2, 4.
Yeah, and
5.
if you don't answer, what happens?
If you don't answer, basically, you'll see you have a missed call. You gotta call your probation officer, and hey, explain, hey, I was asleep, I missed the call. You guys called at 3:45 that night, a.m.
Right. I heard you got like 10 minutes to call back, or they're gonna come get you. I don't know if that's true. Yeah.
No, they don't come get you nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's just they understand, like, dude, it's 4 in the fucking morning.
Right.
That's kind of stressful with aggravating shit. I was trying, like, can you put me on GPS? I'm tired of this phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I used to stay up at night, wait for the phone call, and then go to sleep. Then it got to the point they'll call at 5:55 when my curfew was like 12 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But hey, here's what it is. I'm in the house at 8:00 anyway. So.
Yeah. So you just recently you told me you accepted a plea deal. You want to talk about that? Are we there? You want to talk about that yet, or are we there? Or are we?
I accepted no plea deal, and I did not profit. I just pleaded guilty.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You pleaded guilty, which means you're not going to take it. You're not going to take it to trial.
Oh, this is something I couldn't win because these guys had wiretaps. All the cars and the vehicles had cameras, and so
they
I got my discovery back.
Yeah, how many thousands of pages? What do you got? 50,000 page discovery, something like that. I bet you it's big, right?
Yeah, I'm like, shit. So all the cars and stuff there, it was wired up, cameras, audio. They recording with their phone. Somebody, yeah, this time I can't beat.
Yeah,
I was plead guilty.
you
Straight
can't
up.
beat the feds, man. I mean, even if you
They come
won
get you.
the case at trial, they're gonna come back a year later with more new charges. They're gonna remember all those
They
ones we dropped. We're back with them now. You're going down, whether you like it or not, with the feds, man.
These are facts. I think they only come get you when they have a conviction. When they come to get you, trust me, they have a conviction.
Yeah, you're going down. I know.
They have a jury trial without you, and that's what
Yeah.
got you, the jury.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, guys. Yeah, my own trial, I can't even come. Yeah.
And saying about it, I was indicted for like a month. Didn't know.
Right.
A whole month. Police were riding past, waving at me, giving me the little. So I'm indicted a month. I didn't know about this until I went to the gun store and tried to purchase a firearm. And then it came back and notified the local law enforcement, and they came and got me from the gun store. So
yeah,
I walked around free for a month with a indictment warrant, armed and dangerous. You know what I mean?
it's so wrong. I mean, yeah, that indictment thing. You don't get invited. You don't know who this grand jury is. They have a trial. You're not there, and they convict you, and then you don't even know about it. And then they come and tell you, "Oh, but we'll give you another trial if you want to fight it." Well, it's
yeah, man. They got it tied up. They got it. Them feds, man. They work mysterious fucking ways. I'd say that.
Can't beat the feds.
And
so how much time you're looking at when you pled guilty? You said they gave you an offense level of 21, was it?
21 in category 1.
Category 1's the best, guys, because you got 1 through 6. 6 is the worst. He's got the best, no criminal history. So that's what I got the chart here. It's 37 to 46 months, right? Is what your guidelines are?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in sentencing zone D.
Yeah. So how you feeling about that number, man? Can you? Is that how's that number?
Me personally, when they came got me and I read the indictment, they make it look real extra. They're breaking out all kind of details. You know what I mean? See them pages, I'm like, shit. And I'm saying like, what's the maximum? You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, okay. Facing 10 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what got me kind of like the adrenaline pumping. Now I'm scared, like shit. Simple ass mistake. You know what I mean? So yeah. So when I got down to my PSR and I got that 21, and I seen that guideline range, I started, the anxiety started to kick in. I started to step it like, you know what? It's better to go and get the shit over with. And it happened.
Yeah, yeah. So, about those guidelines. So, you told me that you qualified for the RDAP on your PSR. You got it written down there. You had a problem with alcohol or drugs, right? So you can do the RDAP program. Okay.
Definitely.
So see, that's going to take a year off your sentence. They're also going to give you 6 months halfway house, and then you're going to have another. It's right around 3 years, so you'll have another 6 months good time. So that's 2 years off that you're going to get. So you're only looking at a year and a half time. You know what I mean? I got 52 months, and I did actually 27 months at the camp, and then 6 months halfway house. So they cut my time in half. But the math, you know what? If you get 37 months, it's exactly 2 years off your sentence with the RDAP and your good time. So you only do 1 year. 3 years is actually a good sentence. You know what I mean? Because you only do 1/3 of the time. So and if they give you up to 46, you might be there a few more months. But there's some programs you could take the first step back, and you could shave a couple more months off. So you're not looking at more than a year and a half. I don't know if did your lawyer say you're going to a camp or not?
Basically, I didn't get that. I asked her, but she wasn't too sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know I'm eligible for self-surrender. And
Yeah,
it was my
which
first
is
time
good.
ever being convicted.
Right,
Eligible for self-surrender. So she sees no problem. If I get some time, I you know what I mean. I go to account. She don't see no
well, I got
problem
this.
with
I got these questions here, the custody level questions and the severity of
that.
your
Okay,
crime, and I can ask you like we can do your points right now and see if you're going to a camp. You want to do that? Will that help?
let's knock it out. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first question is do you have any detainers, any failure to appears, anything like that?
No,
So you need 11. So you need 11 points or less to go to a camp. To go to a low, it's going to be 11. It's going to be 12 to 16 points. So we don't want to go past 16, but we want to shoot for under 11. So far you have 0 points. So the severity of your current offense. Now this is the one with the high numbers. So let me start with the greatest severity. So tell me if these apply to you. Aircraft piracy, arson, assault, carjacking, escape, espionage, explosives, extortion, homicide, kidnapping, robbery, weapons. It says distribution of automatic weapons, exporting sophisticated weaponry, brandishing or threatening use of a weapon. That's not you. None of that's you, right?
it's a firearm offense, but no, just a sales.
Yeah, I know you have a firearm, but you don't have that type that I just read, right?
No,
Okay, so because
no.
that would have been 7 points. So you don't have 7 points. I'm going to go to the next one. It's called high severity. So there's arson, there's cruelty to children, there's a whole bunch of drugs. I know you don't have any drug charges, so I won't. It lists like 10 kilos of cocaine, all that stuff. I'm gonna pass that. Explosives, you don't have any of that.
No,
Involuntary manslaughter, residential burglary, rioting, stalking, threatening communications, toxic substances, chemicals. None of that's you.
no,
Okay, good.
no, sir.
So that was the highest one. That would have been 5 points. So now we're going to go to the moderate one. If this is you, it's going to be 3 points. Assault, auto theft, breaking and entry, burglary, child abandonment, contempt of court. And then it lists all these drugs: cocaine, hash, marijuana, PCP, heroin, meth, other illicit drugs. So none of that. No escapes.
No,
Immigration
no,
offenses, obstruction of justice. Um, so weapons, it says other. So you're not the moderate. I'm gonna go down to the low to moderate, and we got bigamy, the more drugs. We got uh, immigration, post release supervised, property offenses. So so here's where do you have any restitution? Property offenses could be any kind of money that you made selling guns or anything. Is between 2,000 and 250,000. Do you have any money involved in your? They charge you with any money that you made, illicit money selling
no.
weapons? Like maybe you
No,
sold,
you're not charging with it.
maybe you made 10 grand selling guns or something like that. No
No,
charges
you're
like
not
that.
charging with nothing like that. No.
Okay. So the next one is the lowest severity, and which that's drugs, gambling, liquor, suspicion. So you don't have any of that. So you just have weapons charged. I'm trying to see here.
So basically, I'm just having what do
You
you call
just
it?
yeah. So you had distribution of weapons, but were they automatic weapons?
So basically, I got Let me tell you. These are weapons that can hold a high capacity magazine.
Okay. I think that's under the low to moderate, because it just says weapons other. So when I read all those weapons charges in the beginning, none of that was you, and then under the what was it? The low to moderate, it's saying weapons or other. So that's 3 points. So I think you got. I'm going to put you down for 3 points, and that's all you got so far is 3 points, and it looks let me ask you the rest of this question. So your criminal history, category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You're category 1, right?
Yeah, no convictions ever,
Okay,
no history, no
all
clean
right.
slate.
So that's 0 points. Any history of escapes?
Never.
Never. History of violence. So this could be anything from domestic police calls, beating up a girlfriend, hitting your kids, anything like that. Any history of violence?
I've had a domestic violence case before my kid's mother before.
Okay, so they got more than 15 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, or 5 to 10 years ago, or less than 5 years ago.
We got some, I'll say around the 10-year range.
5 to 10. So that would be 3 points. It was a minor or serious. What do you think?
Oh, these are misdemeanors.
Misdemeanor. So they're actually, if it's 5 to 10, it's 3 points. If it's 10 to 15, it's 1. But you're low. I'm gonna put down 3 points because you got plenty to spare. Because the next question,
even if I never got convicted, they just threw it out.
well, they might not charging it. But I'm just putting it down to see. You're gonna qualify for a camp. I can already tell by the points. But just we're gonna put it in there because the next question is voluntary surrender. And are you gonna be able to surrender to the camp yourself? Because that's minus 3 points. So that's minus 3. So that brings you back down to the original 3. So your age, if you're under 25, it's 8 points. How old are you?
28.
28. So that's 25 to 35. So that's 4 points. So I got 3 and 4. That's 7 points. Now, do you have a GED or a high school diploma?
Yes.
Okay, good. If you didn't, that would be 2 points. And the last one is your drug and alcohol abuse. Now, you said that's in your paperwork. So it's actually, they give you 1 point. So I got a total of 8 points for you. And if so, you need 11 or less. And if I'm wrong on the severity of your crime, I put down a 3. The most you could get is 7, right? So I put down a. So even if I'm wrong, you still got 3 points to spare. So you're going to a camp. Even if I'm wrong on the severity of the offense, you're going to be 11 points or 8 points. So I got you for 8 points, and I hope that helps other people. So it looks like you're going. Definitely. It looks like your camp material. As long as there's no history of violence or escapes that you don't know about, you should be fine. And the violence, the domestic's not going to stop you from going into camp. It just might give you points. But if you were to assault a police officer, they won't ever let you go to a camp. And you can understand that.
I ain't resisting without violence before.
That's different. That's different. That's different. The guards at a prison are worried about their safety. So but you don't have that. So you're fine. So I got you down for 8 points. And I could be wrong, and it could be 3 more points added. You should be right there at a camp. So your lawyer, right, you need to ask your lawyer to go over your offense level with you too. Not the chart, not your sentencing level, but your offense level. That's what I just did. That's called your offense level. So your sentencing is how much time you're doing. Your offense level is where you're going to go.
Okay, my offense level, or as the total offense level is 21, of course.
Yeah, but that's your sentencing. That's your sentence. That's your offense level. I'm sorry. Custody level is what I just went over with you. I'm wrong. Custody level and offense level. Yeah, your offense level is 21. What I did was your custody level. So have your lawyer go over it with you too. Just because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, and what I just did, it should be close, but you need to actually hear that from your lawyer. But it looks to me like you got 8 points of custody points. Yeah, there's 2 kinds of points: custody and offense. Custody and offense. Where are you going, and how much time you're going to do?
Gotcha. I'm definitely going to get on that ASAP.
All right, that's something like RDAP Dan and all those guys help people out, but they charge you, man. That stuff's free.
Yeah, you can get free, man, from your attorney. You know what I mean? And another thing I want to point out, and to save you guys some money, if you can't afford a lawyer, the federal defenders are pretty good.
I agree.
They're damn good. I'm sorry. They're not like state or, you know, the typical jail defense. No, these guys are busting their ass. I'm sorry. I have to give them the points. You know what I mean? We can give them the credits what credit is due. So if you ain't got 10 to 15 grand, 20, it depends on what your case is now. Or what you know. But I would say if you want to save some damn money, I don't think you need a lawyer because they got a conviction.
Yeah,
Unless
they
you need
can't.
stuff to be broken down and you know what I mean.
They can't make all the deals. Yeah, like in the state courts, they making deals and wills. They can't do that in the feds, man. You got guidelines and
none of that going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Hey, we already got you, buddy. What the fuck do I need to make a deal for? You know what I mean? It's basically how they coming at you.
yeah.
So,
I hear
so
people that go out. People go out and get a high priced lawyer. Oh, but he knows the prosecutor. They're friends. They went to college together. That don't fucking matter. They don't care about you. They might be friends, but you're not friends.
It's the judge to say so, man. It's damn the judge to say so. So
Yeah.
If you ain't got it in, the federal defenders, I would say they good, man. You know what I mean? Save your 20 grand, your 15 grand, your 30 grand. Keep it for if you have to go to prison.
Yeah.
All right. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I calculated how much time I can get, how much money you can spend in commissary per month, the resources for a phone, all the stuff like that. I made an actual budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah. Use that for your family and your
aside.
commissary. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put together some money aside just for my prison time. So that's another thing you guys need to think about. So save your 10 grand, man. 10 grand.
Yeah. Yeah, you could live off that 10 grand in prison or give some to your family. How's your family dealing with this, man? Are they supporting you?
They support me 100%, man.
Okay, that's good.
They support me 100%. I'm very appreciative. You know, they're more shocked than me. You know what I mean? The guy who, worked his ass off and started a nice business and got caught up in this bullshit here. So, but they're very supportive, you know what I mean? When I first got indicted and released, only person who was my wife and my twin brother. So, and I say, let me tell the rest of the fam so they won't be surprised and all that stuff like that. So I let them know. They were shocked at first, like, but they're very supportive and got over it. And I explained every step of the way. I let them know what's going on. And it's good to have a support system. Number one rule. It could be a friend, best friend. Call you some girls up, let them know, hey, I might be going to prison. I just need you on some phone. Know what I'm saying? I might call you twice a month, shoot me $50 or whatever like that. Just set you up get some emails, get some phone numbers, some addresses. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So tell me, on your sentencing day, as your lawyer went over your sentencing day, what that's going to be like for you?
Actually, yes. I talked to him last night actually about that. Went over before, but I just want to double back because you're trying to go to sleep, and as the days get closer, your anxiety kick in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your sleep patterns off. You're like, I don't know, fucking guys, closer and closer. So it's always the the unknown. How much time I'm going to get. You know what I mean? They're going to bring up some more stuff and all that type of stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that drove me crazy every day, not knowing am I getting 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, home confinement. I'm 50 years old. Are they going to be light on me? They don't care if you're 50, you're 70, you're 17, man. The feds, you should have thought about all that before you committed the crime. That's the way the judge looks at you,
These are facts. And they have when you plead guilty, the acceptance and responsibility.
Yeah.
They take off a point for that.
Yeah, 2 points, I think, for that. Yeah.
So people need to know, when you take us, what do you call it? Acceptability, responsibility.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Let your lawyer work.
Right.
No proffering. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're good to go. Just got to accept what you did, man. It is what it is. It might be some bullshit. I can explain you what happened to me. You won't believe it. Actually, I am going to.
Go ahead.
Right, So anywho, I had a contract with this company. Wasn't getting paid for like 2 months. You know what I mean? Anywho, so I'm working that property. On lunch break, I go to my friend's house across the street from that property. Introduced me to a guy. Said, hey, he wanted to skip the 3-day wait for purchasing a firearm. You know what I mean? He said, I'll shoot you a little something extra. Me needing the money at the time, I'm like, yeah, that's cool with me. You know what I mean? I'm getting a discount already. And plus, yeah. So that's cool with me. Didn't raise any red flags. The guy was well tailored. You know what I mean? Nice truck, and Lamborghini, big ass house. You know what I mean? They had this guy looking nice. So I did that first exchange with him. We became friends. But the whole time, you know, I didn't know he was proffering and working on the code.
Oh, man.
We were friends for like 2 years, man, straight.
Oh, no. 2 years. And he's...
Yeah. I'm driving around with this man, I'm hanging out and all this shit here. The whole time, he just give me the, you know, hey, I need that what's name. I'm like, hey, no, man, I ran scrutter. Let's go ahead and do the what's name. Do you conceal and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Kept throwing it off, but I wasn't really tripping because he already had guns at his house. You know what I mean? So him being a convicted felon was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't register. What like that? I like, nah, never asked him about it. You know what I mean? He didn't come off as a convicted felon. I don't know what a convicted felon come off as, but you know what I mean. Like,
you can't tell these days. Can't tell these days.
Yeah, you definitely can. You know what I mean? So everybody's just, but that's what happened, man. Yeah. The guy was cool for like 2 years. So the whole time when he met me, that was his objective. Because the friend introduced me to him, he was under investigation. So they're thinking if they snatch me up, I'm gonna proffer and tell my friend. No. About what I don't know what the fuck he got going on anyway.
They used you like what's the word? A pansy? I mean, they just used you, man. Man, your trust system must be out the door. Now, how you gonna trust the next people in your lives, man? Woo.
I don't trust. After this experience, man, I'm like fucking neighborhood. Don't trust nobody, guy. All right.
Man, yeah, that's
once that shit happens, man, it traumatizes you, man. You don't want to meet nobody. Everybody has a motive, you know what I mean? So it's like you gotta cleanse your circle, that type of stuff like that. So I ain't crazy. So they're thinking they was gonna use me as thought I was gonna just tell them a friend and all this shit because I had stuff to lose. As far as business wise, I got children, married. But you know, I'm like, nah, ain't no profits here, buddy.
Well, when you get to prison, choose who you hang out with wisely. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. You know what I mean?
There's still some scandalous. There's some scandalous people in there trying to manipulate you and use you too. So be real careful, man. Get to know them. You know, feel them out first.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely always been like that. For I've been in jail for like, let's say 4 months, 5 months. Get out, throw away the charges. You know what I mean? So I'm not new to going to jail and like doing some time. I did some juvenile time when I was a teenager, for like 18 months, 2 years. And you know, in my young adulthood, you know, everywhere I go, you know, I run the compound. So ain't nobody finna get over on me, pull nothing on me. You know what I mean, like that. Okay. Only thing about me is how much time I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
and that shit will drive you crazy.
So you're looking at between 3 and 4 years, I guess. 31. What was it? 37 to 46. Yeah, that's about 3 to 4 years. So you'll get 2 years taken off for all that RDAP and stuff. So it looks like you're going to a camp. Low at the worst case, it'd be a low. So you're not gonna have the politics and the gangs and all that bullshit. You can be a free, you can be yourself. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. It's not gonna be like in the penitentiary at all.
So what's the difference between like the environment? You say you was at the camp, I believe.
Yeah.
What's the environment?
So
I watched the video on it, but I want to hear firsthand first, like what's the environment?
So picture a high school campus. You got your cafeteria where everybody goes to eat. You got a library. We got a chapel, and they got classes going in there. Then you got all these classrooms. That's where they have different classes at night. They do GED classes in the day. There's a lot of library. There's a regular library. There's a big TV room. There's a couple music rooms that have guitars and drums and all that stuff in them, and you could just grab a guitar and go play it. There's a hobby room. Then there's a big giant gym that's got basketball and handball, and they play pickleball, and they got all these exercise machines and treadmills, and all kinds of exercise machines. I was at Florence, Colorado. We had about 30 different types of exercise machines, the bikes, the Eclipto things, and all that. Then you got a big track and a field and a baseball field. We had volleyball nets out there. They had horseshoe pits, and they had bocce ball. There was a tennis court. They play soccer. They play softball. They got all that stuff going. Then you got warehouses that people go to work at. To the people at the camp are workers. So I was in a complex. We had the medium, the penitentiary, and the supermax. So a lot of us go to work at those other prisons. I did food service at the supermax. Some guys go clean the lobby and the warden's office at the penitentiary, and they got to sweep and buff the floors. And y'all have your little jobs. Some jobs are 2 hours a day. Some jobs are 6 hours a day. A lot of people work in food service. You got some people that don't work because of medical reasons. You got a lot of guys that are over 65. They don't make them work. There's a lot of old guys at a camp. And you live in two different buildings. Where I was at, each building had 200 people on it. It was 2 floors big, and it was little cubicles that you live in, kind of like a hallway with 10 cubicles on each side. It's 2 guys to a cubicle. There's a TV room on every hallway, a bathroom on every hallway. There's a big kind of big lobby in the middle. The doors from 6 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. You can go in and out all day. There's certain times of the day you got to be by your bedtime for count, like at 10 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, 9 o'clock at night. And the other counts they do while you're sleeping. If you're at a job at 10 o'clock in the morning and you're doing like landscaping outside on the road or something, you don't have to be there for count. But it's kind of like an open campus. And most guys there are probably going to be around 40 years old is the average age. You're kind of going to be a youngster. And there'll be guys your age too, but 40 is about the average. And it's like a lot of white collar and a lot of drug dealers there. Mainly drug dealers, guys that not big time cartel drug dealers, but guys that got caught with smuggling in 5 kilos of meth, crossing the Mexican border, or guys that got caught kind of smuggling, truck drivers that had drugs in the back of their truck and they're making extra money on the side. You get those kind of guys. But it's your working class kind of blue collar. They call it white collar crime, but it's more blue collar crime that goes there. Call it blue collar criminals. That's actually a better term. It's the working class people. We get caught up trying to make a little side money, doing something illegal, and we get caught, and we go to prison.
It's damn sure what happened with me.
Yeah, so I'm going to term that blue collar prison now. It ain't white collar, it's blue collar prison.
Blue collar prison. I take that. I definitely take that. But advice, man, for anybody else going through this. Reach out to Sean, man. Trust me. You know what I mean? Reach out to him. He gonna answer, man. I called from like 2 different numbers. He answered. He remembered me. You know what I mean? Gave him advice on hand. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Much. He got best YouTube videos. I'm gonna say. Everybody else, they starting to get too corporate for me.
Yeah.
Thank the lawyers and shit. I'm like,
yeah.
Like someone like you, I feel at home speaking with you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
Not a
don't.
facade, you know.
I don't use all them fancy words like sentencing mitigation and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I can understand that what they're saying, but let's get to the point. You know what I'm saying? They make it look like, you know, hey, you need me. Which isn't the case, man. Y'all go holler at Sean, man. Trust me. You won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? He know everything that they know. Sean knows. You know what I mean? And been through it, and got some good ass content. Trust me.
Thank you, man.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
you, man. Thank
And
you.
he won't sugarcoat it. He won't make you feel like you need me and hire me and all that shit. And it's like I like about it, man.
Yeah, you can't hire me because I'm not for hire. There you go.
There you go. The GOAT said it himself, you know what I mean? But everybody else want to make it look like, fuck, I'm going to pay you $2,000 for it. I'm going to prison. Nah, ain't happening, buddy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
those guys are still con men, man. Now they're just, you know.
I actually seen one of them on a fucking Netflix documentary.
Oh, really?
Damn, I'm trying to forget his name. You RDAP, the other guy. I think it's the guy who always use sentence mitigation.
Justin Paperney.
Little like that, little cut.
Yeah, I don't like that. Guys,
I think that's him. Yeah,
yeah.
He doing like interviews and stuff. He popped. I'm like, this is motherfucker I was looking up. It's funny to me.
He'll charge you $10,000 for 2 phone calls, man. That's all he does for you.
These facts, and you need that money to survive now. You know what I mean? And give it to your family. You know what I mean? Because if you're the breadwinner of the household, you got to think about all that. So I'll say between if you're out on pretrial and we watching these videos, contact somebody like Sean. Get your finances in order as far as like, you know, find a job, get some money going in, get a budget going, mentally prepare yourself, work out, quit any badass habits. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. Quit them bad habits because you ain't gonna be able to do it now. You might get drunk the night before, but
I did.
I definitely am. Trust me. I definitely am. You know, and come at peace with it, man, and accept. You know, there might have been some bullshit, but hey, it happened, and you know, you'll be all right, man. As long as you got no murder charges, some shit, you getting locked up for life. It don't apply to you, and I think you're probably in jail anyway. So you can't see this video. But
right.
Anybody on the street, they can't hold you for life. Do the time you're released, until then, be a fucking role model citizen. All right. Get all your character references up to date. You know what I mean? Let them know, hey, this is why I did this. Because I was in this situation. This is who I really am. Don't let this one situation define me as a person. Because this is not me. You know what I mean? So.
Otis is right, guys. That's some good advice, man. Listen to Otis. I can already tell you've changed. You worked on yourself through this process, man.
Definitely. That first one, I was just the unknown was just that's what gets you. Before you get your PSR back and all that shit there, all you know is up to 10 years. Such and such. You know what I mean? Are you going to USP? Or are you going to this? What's your custody level? You start learning all those different things, and so that'll get you a person. Go work out, man. Get your money in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seriously. And you contact Sean. Don't forget that. He gonna give you the rundown. Trust me, man. He gonna put you at ease, man. And definitely take the anxiety away. So.
Well, I had a guy call me the other day, and he said he threatened a politician and said he was going to blow up his office, and I could not help that guy. I told him they're recording this. He said he's been charged for that, and I go, well, they're already listening to this phone call right now. And, I mean, I told him they're going to check your high school yearbook, your Facebook, and really, they're going to. You just told me you got charged for a terrorist act against a politician. I'm not the guy to call, man. I can't help you. I told him you're probably going to the penitentiary, man. I mean,
they don't play that shit, man. They don't play that shit. It's like anybody who's the president and all that shit, they have to be going to prison.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell him, but appreciate it, Sean, man. Swear to God. I mean, You saved
All
me a
right.
fucking headache. You kept me sane. Your videos, at least, you know what I mean? Thanks to videos, it kept me sane.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Tried
out
to watch
some
the
new
other
ones this
guys.
week.
Tried
We're
to watch
gonna.
the other guys, but they were too corporate for me. And I'm not
Yeah.
just saying this because I'm on a video with Sean. I'm really speaking the truth, guys. You know what I mean? This is what you get here. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel at home, man. Trust me. So make sure you guys contact them, man.
Yeah, you come on the channel too, guys, and we help each other out through this, and we get through this together, man. And when it's all said and done, we all did our time. We're gonna have a big YouTube party reunion. We're all going to Vegas.
God damn it. You hear me? So I definitely, when I get this behind me, man, I definitely like to link up with you, man. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I don't know where you at, but thank you in Cali.
Yeah, so in a few more weeks after you get sentenced, gonna come back on here, and Otis is gonna tell you guys exactly how much time he got.
I'll lay down the whole, because my sentence is going to be 2 hours long. It usually was 45 minutes, but we asked for 2 hours, you know. Hey, granted, I'm going to give you guys the whole details on everything about that. So, yeah, Judgment Day coming soon.
Yeah.
But hey, y'all, you gotta accept it. Number one rule.
Yeah.
Call Sean. Don't forget.
Thank
His number's in his own YouTube link bios. And to watch all the videos, you want to watch all of them, you're gonna be at ease. Trust me, because every question you're gonna ask is gonna be in one of his videos. Trust me.
Thank you, Otis. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man.
And he's not paying me for this, by the way. I'm just being totally honest.
He's not.
All right, I'm just being totally honest, man.
I appreciate you, man.
I got caught up. I said, let me call him, man. He looked very genuine. Out of everybody, he picked right up. Yeah, what's going on? Answered all my questions. So.
I try, man. I try. Well, Otis,
man.
hey, we need to talk before you go for sentencing. I got some more tips for you to say to the judge and stuff. So
okay, talk to me.
When you get there, with things that your lawyer won't cover, I'll help you with. So, got to make a good impression with that judge. So
definitely. I got some information about the judge and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll use that to my advantage, and I remember when I went to what do you call it? Plead guilty. They were sentencing the guy. All right, sentenced like 2 guys before me. My judge. These were chomos. You know what I mean? The guidelines say give him 50 years. You know what I mean? Judge gave him 10. So I'm like,
what?
The fuck? You know what I mean? There's 2 of them back to back. Guidelines say give him 30 years. Judge gave him 9. So I'm like, okay, the guidelines say give me 3.8. Give me a fucking year. All right.
Yeah.
You can fucking.
Yeah, if you can do that for a chomo, you can just give him probation. I get you, man.
It's fucking ridiculous. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Any more questions you want me to answer for you?
I think we're good on this one. We're kind of wrap it up, but I was going to ask you to give some advice, but you already did that. So, yeah, I guess we'll just wrap it up. I want to thank you for your time, and again, I'll talk to you before you go in for sentencing, and get you prepared for that. And in the meantime, go on the BOP website and start looking around for camps and reading about them. I mean, Coleman is probably where you're going to end up, but you can
always, no, it's right down the street. So I'm like,
yeah, you can read about that. Yeah. So I'm not sure if Coleman has a RDAP at their camp. The low does. I don't know if the camp does. So you got to find that part out. If they don't,
a camp and a low. You never been to a low?
Well, a low has a fence, and here they don't let child molesters in at the camps. They do at the lows, and a low will have a fence, but a low still doesn't play the politics game and all that. They're real similar, but there's that fence that kind of divides everything. But a low still it's still kind of high school level prison. You know what I mean? It's not the major leagues.
Cool.
So like you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Your security camp is 1, low is 2, medium is 3, penitentiary is 4. So a low is level 2, camp is level 1. That's kind of how the state prisons go. A little different in feds, but a low's the easy place to do your time too. Except they got the chomos there. That's don't get me started on that, man.
I ignore them, man, unless they say something to me.
Yeah, that's right.
I kind of like, I don't know. I feel some type of way. That's all I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll give
I feel
a
some type
guy.
of way. That's all.
Yeah, I don't want to get started on that. That's a whole nother subject. But
Hey, you
anyways,
feel
man,
those
I'm
offense, my bad. Offense taken.
all right. I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I'll talk to you soon. And thanks again. All right, Otis.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You have a great day. Okay.
Same to you, man.
All right.